How are you?
Matt, I am doing phenomenal. Just
I
sitting
haven't
here
spoken
chilling.
to you for ages.
I know it's been like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Actually, what? 1 minute? Is that what it said
Mm,
to? 1 minute, I think.
yeah, it was, wasn't it? I think it was 1 minute.
Easy peasy.
How are you doing?
Doing good. Bam.
These weeks just fly by, don't they?
I know. Like I was talking to somebody yesterday on TikTok, right?
Mm.
And what they were talking about. Hey, like I'm gonna be a dad for the first time.
Okay.
You
I
got
remember
anything that
that
you
one.
you got any like I'm not seeing. Hold on 1 second. There it is. Yo, Brian Torres, what's up? Yo, BK. So he was like, "Hey, man, I'm gonna be a first time father like tomorrow.
Mm.
Like, you got any advice for me?" And I told him, I was like, "Man, just cherish every second that you can because
Yeah.
those younger years they just fly by, man. I mean,
Scary.
even thinking about it now, like if you were to ask me, like what it feels like with little Miss Casey, who's not
Mm.
so little, you know what I'm saying? Like she's
No.
13. Uh, I remember I was telling him, I was like, just take advantage of every second because time just flew by ever since Casey was born. That first day that I held her in my arms, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just never slowed down. You know what I mean?
No. It's
And
scary as well, and it's
yep,
how quickly that just flies by. You just kind of start measuring it by Christmases, really,
hmm
and birthdays and things, and um, you've kind of taken me straight back to like Grace now. She's coming up to like 5.5 months, something like
can you
that.
believe it already?
No, yeah, already. And you forget so much from those first days, don't you? Of
hmm
like hearing someone saying, can you give me some advice on, what it's like? Because I'm going to be a dad for the first time tomorrow. When you said that, it just brought back loads of memories of that feeling that you have before. Of you've waited all that time, all those months, and then all of a sudden, that's there so quickly. And then when the time's there, you kind of have those final thoughts, don't you? Of like, well, what's it actually going to be like, things and stuff.
Right.
Um, yeah, and you just forget so much. It just really, really does just fly. And yeah, no, she's getting on now, obviously. And Charlie, he's 5. He's just turned 5, and that time's just flown. So
Right.
just so quick, go
Yo,
quick.
Shock Shoulder, what's up, Dean? What's up, buddy? How you doing, bro? Uh, BK says agree. My oldest is 3, and it feels like she was just born. I know, man,
Mm,
100%. You know what I'm saying? And then Steven says, no kidding. Me, and my wife had an oldest when I was 20, and he's 10 years old now. How time flies! It just goes by, man.
yeah,
And
yeah,
to me, I don't think I ever really paid attention per se to time. I don't feel like it ever flew by the way that it did until
mm,
Casey was born.
mm,
And that's kind of when I started to realize, like time is limited, like we do not live forever, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's when I kind of started trying to, I did a lot of turnaround in my life. I got a little unrowdy, you know what I'm saying? A little less reckless,
yeah,
right? And because time is valuable, man,
yeah.
especially with those little ones, you know what I'm saying?
No, definitely. I'm just trying to turn down my artificial sun here because it's shining off the top of my head.
Mm,
Um, yeah, no, and you saying that, my problem is that I'm like 10 years older than you, so but I've done exactly the same thing. So I didn't pay any attention to time until they come along, and it's flown really quickly. And for me, being 10 years older than you, like all of a sudden, I'm seeing my life kind of just fly past me now at
mm.
like hyper speed. So it's, yeah, no, it's going very quick, and I'm feeling very old. And the more we talk about it, the older I'm getting.
I know, right?
So, yeah, um, yeah. What was kind of your thoughts when, like, if you go back to that sort of time, you know, before you as a dad, knowing that that was just around the corner? Can you remember sort of how you felt and what you was thinking of at the time?
I mean, I was nervous, you know what I'm
Mm,
saying? But I think that's normal. But I
mm,
just remember it all went by so quick then too, right? Like
yeah,
when
yeah,
we found out she was pregnant, you know what I mean? Like it
mm,
was like, okay, well, here we go. I wasn't nervous. I wasn't like disappointed or worried about adjusting my lifestyle or anything like that. I was just excited.
yeah,
And I mean, I was nervous,
mm,
but I do remember that process going by very quick too. But I was
yeah,
with her the whole way. So like anytime she went to any of the appointments, I was in the Marine Corps at the time. Anytime she went to any appointments, I made sure I was there and stuff like that. You know, so I got to walk through the process with her. Fortunately, you know, some people aren't afforded that
No,
opportunity, but
no.
I was grateful for that because it was a cool experience.
Mm.
But I do remember being excited, nervous, and I remember it going by quick too. You know,
Yeah.
and then I remember my ex-wife could eat like, I mean, I can eat. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But I could not keep up. Right?
Yeah.
It was just insane.
That's was there any funny cravings from what you remember at all?
I don't remember
No.
anything offhand. I just remember like her eating a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
same
I
here
was like, I
really.
can't keep up with these. You know, like I
Yeah.
tried, but I just can't.
No. It's see, I kind of fell into that trap really because there's more food about and it's being eaten more regular. Like I just kind of fell into the same pattern really. Is oh, someone by me's eating, so I'm going to eat as well. And yeah, it's. I think we both kind of ended up looking like we was kind of expecting. I think in the end. So, but I kind of done. I suppose really I was kind of doing like a comfort eating sort of thing as well because it was we was kind of sitting down a lot of time watching a lot of telly because you're sort of waiting, and then if you're doing that and not getting out, then you're kind of eating more in a way. But yeah, it's tough for us men, I think.
Miss
Without
Robin, so it goes by when you have more than one kid. We have an 8-year-old and 4, almost 5. Miss Robin said that when she was pregnant with her son during COVID, I had to go to all the appointments alone. I'm sorry to hear that. Right?
yeah,
I mean, it's just I don't know. Here's my opinion on this matter. Regardless of what your standing is with the other parent, you know, I still
mm,
think it's about the child, right? And I think even though the child's not born, being there. But
mm,
here's the thing too, you know, like I don't know what the status was. Like, you know, somebody could be deployed or somebody could have one of those jobs where it requires you to stay away
yeah,
or whatever, you know. But if you're able to, like I said, it doesn't really matter what the standing is. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
Like, you should be there. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And that's my opinion. But once again, I don't know the circumstances behind it. But I'm sorry you had to go through that
Mm.
alone, right?
Yeah, no, it's hard. It's lucky enough for myself, really. Sort of was able to go to most appointments. Thing I know there was probably a couple with our first one, Charlie, who I didn't go to because they were kind of like small checkups and things like that. And we both kind of agreed that it was okay not to kind of go to them because it was more kind of little bits of running around sort of appointments really. But yeah, the main ones I was lucky enough to be able to kind of go to with both. But I know as well there's so many people that have kind of gone to every appointment and then thinking that they're quite safe, they've gone away with work, sort of with the baby sort of not due for another week or so, and then not being able to kind of get to the birth in time because they're like abroad or the other side of the country and things like that, and they feel so down that they haven't been able to kind of make it. And it is really, I'm kind of more of a person that I kind of prefer walking up and down and pacing up and down outside in the corridor
Right.
rather than actually being in there. But kind of was encouraged, and I'd say I think forced is probably right. Yeah, I was forced to kind of go and actually be there and sort of pretty much watch and things, and I wouldn't have changed that either. But if I'd my choice would have been pacing up and down outside,
Yeah.
sort of just waiting really. But it's there's a lot of pressure on men. I think there is, because some people I know they just they're happy doing some things and not others, and I think there is a fair bit of pressure as well of what men are kind of expected to do and want to do. Nurses were asking me if I wanted to do certain things. It's like, no, that's your job. I'm happy for you to kind of do that stuff things. And yeah, so but yeah, it's an amazing experience though, isn't it? It's
Yeah. Well, so
really,
my Casey was born 9 pounds, 13 ounces, right? So she was a
yeah,
C-section baby.
yeah,
But the process, oh my God, it took like 72 hours of her being in labor before they finally was like, okay, all
wow,
right, we're gonna go ahead and C-section, you know.
yeah,
And I didn't sleep, I didn't eat, right? I just
mm,
stayed there the whole time. But it took forever, Matt.
yeah,
Forever, bro. Now it was cool going and watching the C-section happen, like you could see the uterus and stuff, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like that was
yeah,
a cool experience.
Yeah.
And that was cool. But
Mm.
I remember like after everything settled down, I was like, shit, I'm gonna pass out, bro. Like I haven't
Was
ate.
it?
I haven't ate in 3
Yeah.
days. I haven't
Yeah.
slept at all. Like that was probably the longest I've ever stayed awake.
Yeah. That's
And
so
then
so important as well. That's a big thing for a gamer to say that's the longest you've stayed awake, isn't it?
oh
So
yeah,
yeah.
100%. And then
But
she had jaundice or whatever, so they put them under
right,
that
yeah.
UV light or whatever. And
Mm,
I just remember how heartbroken I was, dude. She was just in that
mm,
underneath that little light and crying. And
yeah.
I went in the bathroom and I got all tear eyed and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. And then I said, fuck it, dude. And I just snatched her out of the light and just, held her for a little
Yeah.
bit. You know what I'm saying? And the
Yeah.
nurse came in. She's like, was she supposed to be there? And I'm like, well, she's my child.
Yeah.
Supposed to be right here in
Yeah.
my arms, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
No, definitely. Yeah.
uh,
Nice bit of control taking there, I think.
well, so Miss Robin, I hope that co-parenting thing works out. I've found through experience that can be quite challenging, right?
Mm,
Quite challenging.
yeah.
But I wish the best for it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
100%. It's funny because she's getting the fever and sends me family photos and baby photos like oof.
yeah.
The word oof has always been like a thing to me. Like, am I saying it right? Is it oof? Oof.
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 The noise creeps me out. Let's see
Yeah.
here. I hope it all works out for you, Shock. 100%, dude. That's kind of cool, man. You know what I'm saying? I understand that long distance, relationships and stuff like that are kind of challenging. You know what I mean? And so I could see why waiting to get back to stateside would be the smartest move, right?
Mm.
I get it, but I hope when you get back, you snatch that up. You know what I'm saying, bro? Sounds like she's intrigued and interested. I'm happy for you, bro.
Mm.
Yeah. See, I joined in late. The kids and dad and I are currently trying to navigate, which I just kind of commented on, right? Oof is a Midwest thing.
Oof.
Oof. I mean, it just sounds kind of creepy, right?
Yeah. I get what you mean. We used to kind of say that over here.
I feel like somebody's like fucking behind me. I'm like, get the fuck back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Me creeping on me over my shoulder.
It's a bit like in soccer over here, football. I don't know whether they mention it over, in America at all, but they say about hoofing the ball up the pitch. I don't know whether that's a thing in America or not.
You never heard that before.
No, it's like that, kind of the long ball sort of pass. It was like, if you haven't got anyone to pass it to, just hoof it up the pitch. That was the thing. So hoof and oof. That was a bit,
Like,
yeah.
Are you creeping over my shoulder, bro? I'm from Iowa originally. I know it too well.
Yeah.
It's pronounced Opie. Get off me, Opie.
You're getting followed by Opie now.
Oof, Opie. What?
OP is something else, isn't it, really?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just made it up. Right. Yeah. Let's see. So chat, listen, I hope you guys are having a good week so far. We kind of chose the topic of depression. If you guys don't got anything y'all want to address, you know what I mean? But if you guys do, feel free. Let's talk about it. Let's yak about it. Let's make sure we have a good freaking motivated weekend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys excited? I was just talking with somebody about Iowa last night. As a matter of fact, we were looking up which state have the biggest deer, right? So Iowa was definitely on the list. Get off me, Opie. BK. BK, why do you keep retracting messages? Because it keeps saying message retracted. Am I tripping? Or is that just a thing? Are you doing that? I hope you're doing that. Because if not, I don't know what's going on. Well, I'm looking at the dashboard the app from YouTube. Like it doesn't show on this one, but it just says message retracted. Oh, okay. I'm tracking. I thought maybe my stuff was messing up, bro. I was like, what the is YouTube messing up, bro? Hey, I'm the same way, BK. I'll like, especially in Discord. And now that iPhone 16 or 6 or whatever the new iOS operating system is, it allows you with iMessages to unsend and edit messages, right? So you'll probably see a lot of that from me if you text me. You know what I mean? Because it's either that or I never read chat. Do you guys who here does this? I never read what I type before I send it. I type it out, I send it, and then I read it, and then I make the corrections. So I'm sure I annoy people sometimes when I'm texting them because it'll be like corrections after I send it.
I tend to do the same, really. I don't know why, but that seems to be more of a recent thing on the old mobile phones and stuff like that. you used to be able to type without making as many mistakes, it seems. But like these days, for some reason, when you look back at your messages, there's so many mistakes in them. Wrong letters and all sorts. I don't know whether the phones have changed or what's happened really, or my spelling's just got worse. I don't know. But
Well, I think too, like with all the slang, right,
Yeah.
and all the shorthand stuff that we use now, and they kind of built that in the auto correction,
Yeah.
feature. So like people put WTF, versus what I'd write it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so I think it's just common phrases now, and maybe that changed it all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yo, Wes, what's up, dude? Miss Robin, yes, it does.
Wes.
Yes, it does. I read that in the update before I updated it. With iMessage, you'll have the capabilities of unsending messages. Now, if that person that you're sending the message to has not updated to 16 or whatever, then they'll still see the message. But if they have upgraded, then you'll be able to remove, unsend, or edit, right? Which is kind of cool, because they do it in Discord all the time. And I've always found that useful to where I can go back and just correct a mistake, right? Because I'm like BK. I send and then I read it, 100%. Yo, Wes, what's up? Long time no see, buddy. How you doing, man? How's everything going? Are you all good? Wes? How's work? Steven said I don't read before sending. I blame my fat fingers for the mistakes. Yo, me too, bro.
Yeah,
but let's see. I'm working in a captain slot for a battalion level job. Tons of paperwork, tons of cargo, personnel tracking. Chaos as fuck. But baby girl making my day. And CNG fam, yo, good stuff, Shot. Good stuff. All that paperwork, bro. I'm not good with all that. Yo, Lord of Ace Spades, what's up, buddy? What's up, man? How you been? Yo, hope all's been well. Just finishing up some work, tuning into what I can. Much love and appreciation. Yo, right back at you, buddy. Right back at you.
See you.
Yeah, it only works from iMessage to iMessage, and the other person has to have updated to 16, right? I think it would be kind of. I don't think you would be able to unsend something from iPhone to Android, anyways, huh? Luckily enough, I'm ahead of the curve, so I got the time Sunday, my guy. We doing okay. All for it today. Hope all's well with you, man. Yo, all good, man. I appreciate you asking, Wes. Much love, dude. Much love. Right now.
Did Wes? I might be wrong. I probably am. I thought. Was there some news from Wes during the week that he was up to something special, either work-wise or I don't know. Wes will have to answer that one.
What happened?
I think I saw a post from him during the week where he had some good news about something. I'm sure it was.
I feel like I did. I feel like I saw that too.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it was now. I can't remember.
Maybe now I'm just saying I thought that
you might
because you reminded me of something.
Yeah, I started something.
I watched Matt. They did a thing on YouTube yesterday where they had a bunch of creators, the big name creators or whatever you call them, right? Like and they all went and played Warzone 2.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I watched it, man. That new map and the new functionality of the game, it looks kind of intriguing.
Yeah,
right? So I'm really hoping they implement some kind of cheat detection so I can go play it again.
Yeah,
yeah. Because I feel like I'm betraying my own moral stances. I stood up for the cause against them.
No, it does look good. Of the amount of people that I've seen that kind of said, "Oh, I'm not playing this anymore. I'm never ever going to play it again." And then, I've seen a few faces pop up with the new one. So, it does look good. There's a lot more buildings on there, isn't there, and things like that and stuff. And I think you can use the lifts, like from what I've seen, you press the buttons in the lifts to kind of go up and down to different floors and things like that. So,
maybe that's on multiplayer. Was it multiplayer or was it Warzone?
No, it was Warzone, I think. Yeah, I think so. And there's like the first aid boxes on the walls so that if you're in trouble and you can't find anything.
And then they had cash registers that actually have cash in them.
Yeah.
The gas station stuff. I thought that was kind of cool.
But I know what's going to happen to me straight away. I'm going to have my head in a cash register and just get shot in the back.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
Yeah.
Through a wall from the other side of the map.
Yeah.
Call of Duty's
yeah, that's the
history.
one. Yeah, climbing up a ladder.
From a no-scope car 98 from the other side of the map, Yo, Ricky, what's up, dude? What's up, Ricky? But hopefully they fix it because I miss Call of Duty. Like I not necessarily wait, let me rephrase that. I miss a first-person shooter game like that,
Yeah.
And I just couldn't ever get into Apex or Fortnite or anything like that. It's just too different from my style. Right. But Call of Duty was good for that, but it just got overwhelmed with that cheating stuff and then all the problems.
Yeah, but, definitely. I'll have to.
We'll see.
I've never really kind of been good enough on there, but yeah, I'll have to join yourself when you have your little get-togethers and things, and because I think we only done, I think I only have had a chance of doing that once with you one evening, I think, from what I remember, but I enjoyed that. It's one of those anyway. You know that the team's carrying you. I'm just kind of limping along behind, just keep dropping me gun and all sorts of things.
I'll tell you this, at this stage, me too. Because the last time
Yeah.
I played it, I was like, oh, look, there's a guy with a gun. Maybe I should move my mouse and aim at this guy. And then by the time I could finish saying this guy, I was already getting destroyed. My reaction time has gone way down.
Yeah.
It's crazy how if you don't play that stuff for months and months, you know, like just how much you lose.
Yeah,
on reaction side of it. Miss Robin, I'm glad we helped you finish your workout. I don't know what those are. I don't know what those are. Matt, do you know what a workout is?
Workout.
Wait, do you do that like that foreign word that GYM?
Oh, Juwime. Yeah, I remember Juwime.
Or Joim. Is
I've been
that where you do workouts?
Places. Yeah.
Joim. I've never heard of it.
This kind of goes against the grain, really, because really I should go, oh yeah, I really encourage this, but I'll kind of join you in kind of the Juwime.
Joim? Did you go to the Joim? Isn't that what they call it? No.
They normally have that really good machine, don't they, that I really love using. I use it all the time.
Yeah, those machines are the Joim, right?
Yeah. And you get drinks and candy out of them.
Yeah, there you go. Actively choosing the Joim instead of bars these days.
See, I'm getting twitchy now because I shouldn't be saying these things. I should be going, to the gym.
Yo, I hope obviously the Joim is definitely a better choice, right? Definitely a better choice, right? Especially because, listen, running them bars, it's fun, but if you get wrapped up in that, next thing you know, you're going out like every night, and then it's been like 2 years, and like, what have I been doing with my life for the last 2 years? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At least that's how it was for me, right? I'm just trying to save up this deployment pay off some debt, and save up for rock, maybe. Yo, congrats, bro. Congrats. And start prepping to move to a new duty station and possibly a selection. Hell yeah, bro.
That's good. Yeah.
Always make time for CNG. Hell yeah. Actively choosing the Joim instead of bars. Definitely a smarter choice in all reality, right? Just Joim.
Yeah.
Joim.
No, it's making me twitchy because I should be saying, exercise is great. It's brilliant.
It really is. Yeah.
And we're talking about depression tonight, and the Joim is a great place to be to kind of help with that as well, and anxiety. So yeah. But, see, this is where it crosses borders with me because I kind of got that silly sense of humor as well, where it's so easy for me to kind of join in, and I really want to, but then there's that serious side there. I sort of think, well, no, I can't. I've got to like advocate the gym. And,
well, it's crazy how it just makes you feel so much better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I think it's part of one of those things, like how I talk about waking up and making your bed. I feel like the gym is just another aspect of that, you know, like where you complete something, you feel good about yourself. Like me, I hate running, but after I do it, I feel so damn good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then my appetite immediately skyrockets and I just want to eat everything in the house.
Yeah, that's true. I think for me, it's that, you know, when you've really worked hard in a gym and then that next morning you wake up and then you sort of feel it in your arms and your legs and things, it's kind of an uncomfortable feeling, but it's nice to know that you've done something as well that's active and you know you kind of know it's good for you.
Well,
Hi, Tracy, as well.
They say pain is weakness leaving the body, right?
Yeah.
There we go. Miss Tracy, what's up?
Yeah. I'm not sure if I completely agree with that because some things are very painful. So
pain is weakness leaving the body. That's what the Marine Corps told me. Right?
Yeah.
So it has to be true.
Yeah.
I saw it on Facebook. Right?
Yeah. I saw it on YouTube.
It's me. Lol. I'm depressed. The gym's definitely helped me channel some energy somewhere productive. And listen, a lot of times in life, I found that I've avoided falling or tripping and falling by just distracting myself that way, you know. And I think that's a very, very useful tool and a useful thing to snatch up and hold on to, you know, 100%. Because sometimes in life, man, it's just about like redirecting the attention and staying productive. And then you just make it a habit from there, you know.
Yeah.
It's kind of like 80% of knowing what you're doing is acting like you know what you're doing. But with that kind of stuff, like making your bed, going to the gym, or doing these productive things, it's 80% of knowing like I'm doing better, but then over time it just turns out that way, you know?
Yeah, yeah. It does make so much difference though, doesn't it? It's a really good way of you know, when people are feeling anxious, nervous, depressed, and things like that, one of the first things to kind of change is sleep normally and sleep patterns. So, going to the gym, kind of not napping during the day instead, and going to the gym, getting that exercise, burns off that excess energy. Kind of helps with our diet as well, like what you said, because normally afterwards we feel kind of hungry and stuff as well, and it puts that bit of routine back into kind of our lives that then has usually a knock-on effect of helping us with our sleep then, because we're kind of ready for bed and feeling more tired. So certainly helps out. It's that kind of cycle, healthy cycle that helps us kind of put the other things in place as well, like eating, sleep, and kind of that motivation as well.
I agree. Shock says demons are held at bay as of right now. Actually, before I forget, I have a soldier that's under investigation over here. Stopped him from pulling the trigger. Yo, good shit, man. Good shit. But it's all about changing the world, bro. All about changing the world. You know what I'm saying? Miss Tracy said, "Hi, Matt. So sorry about the Queen too."
Yeah, just saw it there. Saw that. Yeah, thanks for that, Tracy. It's we're kind of having this long time of mourning at the moment over here. So 10 days, I believe it was. So kind of the funeral of the Queen is on Monday, which they've made a bank holiday over here. And they're kind of got the Queen laying in state at the moment. I was just talking to Chris before we come on here that someone had been arrested for, as they were passing kind of the coffin where she's laying in state, they kind of left the line in the queue and made a rush towards where she kind of is and the coffin is, and the crown's on top as well. So I don't know really what their kind of aim was. Chris sort of mentioned that he might have wanted to say hello and stuff and things, and but yeah, his security were really good. I think they kind of stopped him from doing that. But there's a few things kind of going on here, but it's obviously a big change for us over here. Over 70 years she was on the throne for, so she really kind of worked hard in that role as well. I think we'll certainly miss her over here, no matter what our thoughts are about royal family and monarchs and things like
that. Facebook doesn't lie seems factual to me. See, yo, Miss Robin agrees. Yeah, Facebook doesn't lie ever. I was told to color if you're stressed out, and it could be anything. You know what I'm saying? It could be anything for sure. You know what I mean?
It's quite a good
some people find a lot of some people find a lot of peace too with like mapping their day out, mapping their week out, scheduling things, and making sure everything's organized and clean. It's just and we listen, if you find yourself in a bad way, we've got to hold on to those little things. Those are the things that snowball into bigger things, right?
Yeah. Coloring is a good one, actually. I forgot all about that because that used to be recommended a lot, sort of to people that I kind of worked with in the past. And I know as well quite a few people, they kind of just went out and brought coloring books so they could, kind of color in pictures and things. So yeah, it's a good diversion.
It wouldn't work for me because I would just eat the crayon.
My problem is still staying within the lines. That's where I kind of struggle. I haven't got patience for that. That's my problem. Decorating as well, kind of the touching in bits when you're painting, like the straight lines along skirting boards, that sort of thing.
Right.
It's good. It's another thing, but yeah, I kind of have to do that on certain days when I know the patience is there.
Or chat, like when it's Christmas time and you guys want to put up Christmas trees, right? Like when I do that, I buy the tree, the fake tree that already has the lights in it. You know what I'm saying?
The optic ones.
Right. Yeah. So all I got to do is just throw that thing up and then plug it in. You know what I mean? I don't have to, because I get a little frustrated sometimes, especially with those trees, bro, because putting them lights up can be kind of a pain in the ass. And then if it looks like it's messed up and it doesn't look straight or even, then I start to be like, it just bothers me every second of the day, right? So it's just so much easier with those fake trees with the lights already in them, right?
So that's another thing, isn't it? Is the amount of times where I've put the tree up and I think I've decorated it nicely and properly, and then my partner will come in and she'll go like, "What on earth have you done?" And she'll do it, and she'll spend 5 minutes on it where I've spent like half a day or a day, and I'll stand back and it looks so much better. Um, kind of just have a knack. Other people just have a knack of like doing them so well, and there's I don't know. I struggle to match those kind of levels really with decorating Christmas trees.
Right. I work with a couple UK boys, Cheery, Lot. My condolences, Matt. They were passing out cigars in the shop the other day.
Yeah. It's had a big effect on the forces because, and kind of like the police and things like that. When I was in the police, that's who I placed my allegiance to, really, without fear and favour and things. So, for the armed services, that's they call her like the big boss, the gaffer and the boss. So, to them, that's a big loss. Most people in the armed services over here see her that way. And did see her, so they take it really hard and really seriously as well.
So what happens now? Like, who's taking over?
We've got King Charles the Third now, so the Prince of Wales, as he was. To be honest, I had kind of my own thoughts and opinions. He was obviously the husband of Princess Diana, who died in the car accident years ago. So there was a lot of politics around that because they weren't happy with sort of the way that she'd been treated when she was alive and things by the royal family. I was a little bit concerned because he's a lot older now, so it's only my opinion, but I kind of think that Prince William probably would have been more modern and perhaps would have had a better kind of connection with a lot more generations, really. But he's the king now, so I've got to give him some sort of chance. So.
Right. You just fire him if it doesn't work out. Be like, my name is Matt Andrews and I'm firing you.
Yeah, that's I think I'll have that. Mind you, now I've said that, I'm not going to get any I'm not going to be made a sir anytime soon, am I? Probably, or anything. So you'll probably see me in the papers tomorrow, sort of outside London Bridge.
I want to be the king and bring the right to bear arms back.
Yeah, do you? Yeah, that's a big pub. Big
yeah,
subject.
Some people get annoyed by it too. Like, I tell that, I joke with somebody else about that all the time. They're like, we don't want firearms over here. I'm like, you don't want to freaking do anything fun, you know? What I'm
saying? Yeah. So, do you know what I've always had? I've always kind of had a thing about guns and stuff like that and things as a tool. I've always kind of understood that side of it, and I've been to America and I've enjoyed kind of being on a shooting range, that sort of thing. I used to love watching kind of the old war films, westerns as a youngster, that sort of stuff with my dad as well. So I think I mentioned on sort of one of the other platforms when we used to do these is like I had an uncle that used to collect sort of old antique sort of American guns. So he used to have a lot of kind of antique Colts and things like that. So yeah, but unfortunately, in some ways it has made a big difference over here because anybody in a street with a gun is probably doing something wrong. So when the police turn up, they kind of know who to look for, and it's quite easy to kind of, that way to kind of separate who's probably the good guy from the bad guy, I guess. But then we've got a big knife problem over here as well at the moment, right, which has been going on for a while. So, so I've kind of got a balance for you on it, I think.
I always ask, I'm like, you mean you don't want to protect yourself against the tyrannical government?
Mm.
And then I was like, well, I guess that's why 1776 went down the way it is.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks for that one. No, it's strange, isn't it? Because we're allowed to defend ourselves, we're allowed to protect ourselves within reason. Everything's got to be proportionate, that side of thing. But then they don't give you the things to kind of protect yourself with. So, like over here, that's where people protect themselves with like a cricket bat or a golf club or a frying pan, anything they can kind of find at the time, really. Did you ever they had an attack in London a few years ago now, and someone actually they fought the offender off. That it was a terrorist. They fought the offender off with a tusk of a narwhal that was hanging up in a museum or in like a public building, and they took that off the wall to kind of defend themselves and other people away from this terrorist, which was just a prime example, really, of the lengths that we have to go to over here to defend ourselves.
Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And
They stopped them.
Yeah, they
Could you imagine being the terrorist, bro, and having to go back and be like, bro, I got beat up by something in a museum, dog.
Yeah, with a
like,
tusk.
I wonder if he the terrorist loses all their virgins or whatever if they like that, right? They're like, you're not
clouds
virgin ever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
It was an amazing, and the person actually that had the tusk on it, he was in a meeting, and it was about offenders and prisoners and things like that. It was a public meeting with members of the parliament, I think. And this
still terrorist, though, Shock. Still terrorist.
Yeah, and
we're talking about the terrorist group. We're not talking about everybody.
No. Yeah, and he was in this public meeting. I think he was in prison, I think, at the time, but he managed to kind of save people by taking this tusk off the wall. Shock as well. I actually, I'll never forget it. When I was in the police, I got called to a job where someone had been attacked with a knife, but it was actually a butter knife out of the kitchen drawer. And this person who had been attacked, he was covered in bruises all over his body. God. And we said to him, like, what's happened to you? Where have all these bruises come from? And he said, oh, they were trying to stab me with this knife. And when we looked at the knife that was being dropped on the floor, it was a rounded butter knife at the end. So thankfully for him, it wasn't a sharp one, but they'd actually tried to stab him with this knife. And he was just covered all over his body with these like rounded bruise marks everywhere. So you just reminded me of that by saying that one.
Imagine. You'd be all pissed off. You're like, damn, you didn't even break the skin, bro. Look at all these bruises all over me.
But the guy as well, to be honest, he was in so much pain because he'd obviously been hit so many. He'd been hit by so many times, and he actually said to us, he said, I wish they'd actually managed to do it properly because it hurt so much with the.
And they would have stopped after they finally got the job done the right way, huh?
Yeah, he had. I think it was over like 40 odd marks he had over him. So yeah. Horrible job too.
I said, talk about thick skin.
Yeah. Or trying to butter someone up. So yeah.
Miss Tracy said, give kiss to the baby Matt. She must be getting big now.
I will do. Yeah. Thanks very much. And she is. She's eating loads, and she's got a great giggle. She doesn't stop laughing and giggling, especially with her brother. So she's those two, when they're older, I think they're going to be a proper handful, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
God, children are so, I don't know. It's just such a beautiful experience. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Every moment, really. You know, the hardest thing is when they do something wrong, but it's funny and you try your hardest not to laugh. There's been so many times where I've had to kind of like tell my son off for something that he's just done, and then I've like had to put my head around the corner, and I'm kind of laughing around the corner, and then I'll hear him kind of complaining or moaning that I've just told him off, and then I've had to like come back and be serious again. And inside I'm just kind of thinking, I can't believe he's just said that or done that or whatever. But yeah, there's not a day that goes by where they just don't have me in stitches, really. They're so funny.
Mr. Robin said my son started tackling his sister this week. She's not even one. He thinks it's the funniest thing. Oh, that's adorable. Oh,
yeah.
My God. Yep. Yo, Shock. We'll see you, Shock. Have a good one, okay? Have a good one. We'll see you on Sunday.
Yeah. See you soon, Chuck.
Looking at flying through Ireland and Germany on my way back. Might get some brewskis. Yo, Germany would be kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
Yo, Miss Chelsea.
Miss
Chelsea, make sure that you're sending positive vibes for what we talked about, right? Make sure that you're aggressively ensuring my safety. All right. You got me? Well, my daughter is 28 now. She has Down syndrome. My son going to be 14 on 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, they grow up too damn quick, ain't it?
I bet that time's flown, isn't it? That time.
Mm-hmm. At 14 going on 25. God, we were always in such a rush to growing up, you know, and then once we get here, I'm like, damn, I don't want all these responsibilities.
Yeah.
I want to pay bills.
I remember one of my first jobs. I was thinking about this the other day. I remember one of my first jobs when I was in like my late teens, and they put me next to train with this guy who was 30. And I remember as a teenager thinking, wow, 30, like, is the first person I've known outside my family who's 30. And isn't that so old? Like, what would it be like to be 30? And yeah, I've kind of well gone past that one now. So,
Yeah.
but it's funny.
Quick, huh?
Yeah, it's funny how you can kind of look at people and think, wow, you're really old. And then, you know, obviously realize when you're later that they're not at all.
Right. For reals, being an adult is a scam. I agree. Listen, Miss Robin, we're on the same page. We're on the same page.
Yeah.
This is not what I thought it was going to be. Right. Like, I don't know. I don't want to pay bills. I wish I could just live rent free. Right. You know, that would be kind of cool. Yeah. But I guess we just got to do it. You know what I'm saying? Out.
Yeah.
Out. Yo, we'll see you, Shock. We'll see you, buddy.
Yeah. Take care. See you soon.
Being an adult is a scam. It's like one of those people calling asked to download AnyDesk on your PC. Right? I
like being an adult in a lot of ways. It's I just see it as being like a continuous adventure, really. But there is, you know, there's some, you know, bills, things like that and stuff. Again, really, when when we're kind of talking about depression and things like that, you know, it's those things that kind of mount up and that cause us those problems. And, you know, one or two or three or four sort of things at the same time kind of come along. That can quickly change my mind about being an adult when you have those things there popping up in front of you. But yeah,
if we could just cut those out, right? Like, don't get me wrong, I love everything that I've been through, right? Even the bad times, you know, it's developed who I am today. But if we could just cut out some of the stuff, like that would be really cool. And listen, that's why I'm so good at playing Baby Netzel, because I just have that childish mentality, right?
Yeah.
So you think I could like call the people that I pay bills to and be like,
I don't want to pay bills anymore. I'm just a baby. I'm just a baby. Why are you charging me rent? I'm just a baby.
That'll work.
Just like that or what? Yeah.
Yeah, that'll work. And if it doesn't work, I'll write to them and say, you know, can you kind of not charge Chris Netzel anymore?
Hey, I'm gonna have my phone on me too. All right. Yeah, I will. Let's just hope I can get to it. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Jason, what's up, buddy? What's up, Jason? How you doing?
Hi, Jason.
What's up, buddy? Oh God, Baby Netzel, bro. I've had so much fun playing that.
Yeah, no, it sounds it. I've managed to watch. I've managed to catch up with a few little things, and your posts as well on TikTok. I've been watching as well. So no, they are funny. It's good. I like it how you're kind of up to different things, but then all of a sudden, like, you'll break something or throw something or blow something up or whatever, or pass
like, hey,
something to someone in a car. Yeah.
I'm gonna start going live on the phone with like the phone pointing the monitors on TikTok, you know, after the OBS side of it. But people are gonna be freaked out, dude. They're just gonna be freaked out because when I talk as Baby Netzel, even with the voice changer, I have to like increase the pitch of my voice. So in order to sound like this,
I'm just a baby.
I have to talk like this. I'm just a baby. So that's what TikTok's gonna hear. They're not gonna hear the in-game audio. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just me.
Yeah. That's funny. That's interesting. Yeah.
That was the past week. Wow. We were just talking about that, Jason. We were just talking about how time goes by quick and these weeks go by quick. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah.
I do like it though, because I've lost me energy this week with work, children, things like that. But these Fridays, they just they give me a lot of the motivation sort of back and the energy back. So it's good for me. It's one thing I really like about sort of being is they come around so quickly, but it's a nice way to kind of end the week as well. So
Jason says, so this week was a lesson on when the glass is only half full, that you have to value what is in the glass and not worry about how much is there. Man, I
like
agree.
it. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And chat. So next week, like, and Matt's just going to reconfirm with the guy, but next week's mental health stream, it's going to be a fella who's it was his son, right?
Yeah.
His son committed suicide like a little over a year ago, right, Matt?
Yeah. 17 months ago it was. And I think his son was either 15 or 17. I'm sorry if I've got that kind of wrong, but it was either 15, 17, about 17 months ago. So, yeah, I've already kind of, a little bit like Alex that was on a few weeks ago. He's got, kind of a big story, but he works or is advocating now, and trying to get the message across of how that kind of affects the people that are here, and obviously trying to encourage people to kind of talk and get help, if they're feeling that way. So kind of really looking forward to talking to him, because I think he's got a really good way of putting that across as well. Obviously, he was devastated over that, still is. He's, still kind of struggling with that, but he gets the message across really well on how that's kind of, been for him, been for his family, and, kind of the guilt really that he's had for different things as well. So I won't say too much else, because I'll obviously let him kind of describe that. But yeah, it's a good and important person to kind of have on and talk to, I think, because, we talk about suicide and, kind of the need to talk and communicate a lot. But he'll be kind of the first person, I think, that we've had on that can kind of give his perspective and what it's like for family members that are the other side of that. So, yeah.
I think it'd be good too, right? For him to have a platform to talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, do his part to help. So what we'll do is just like I said, once you confirm it, I'll start posting it daily in Discord. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because this is kind of special, man. Like I want him to come here and not feel alone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, definitely.
Right.
No, that's good. And yeah, we've got some really good people lined up as well. There's another person who's was misdiagnosed with an illness, and he had treatment for that illness for so long. I'm really looking forward to speaking to him as well, because then he had to kind of fight really to kind of be seen again and diagnosed with kind of something else. And I know his story is really, really important as well. And he's kind of doing a lot at the moment about kind of trying to get an apology from the health service and things like that and stuff, because being diagnosed wrongly with the illness that he was. And just to add to that as well, he was actually used to kind of advertise and promote people to kind of go and get checked out for the disease that he was wrongly diagnosed with. And they've still got his kind of image and things at the moment on the
he's like the face of that, and he haven't.
No, and he hasn't even got it. But and he's actually got to fight to have his image taken down, because it's still
Just
up there at the moment, I believe. Right. Yeah, it's some really good kind of people coming on. So.
Yo, Miss Michaela, what's up, sweetie? Don't forget Michaela.
Yeah, happy Friday, Kayla.
You heard Matt?
Yeah, no, that'd be good. No, that'd be really good as well. Brilliant.
Right.
I'll send you a message actually, Kayla, and kind of we'll sort that out, arrange for you to pop on as well, because that'd be really good.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely. It'd be
depression,
fun.
Chris. We're supposed to be talking about depression.
I mean, this has kind of been a cure for it for me.
Yeah, no, it's been good. It's I think I was thinking exactly the same actually. It's really nice because you kind of come on each week and chat here, similar people a lot of time, and then a lot of new people as well. And I like the kind of the flexibility that we sort of have here, and it's just we've kind of gone with the flow really, because chat this evening kind of seemed to be in a good mood, happy, kind of getting that energy from chat, and we've kind of gone with that and been able to, and it's nice. It's nice to be able to kind of share that with yourselves, and we've still spoken about a few little topics there and a few situations. Yeah,
I think it helps out too, especially when we have a lot of guests lined out, because sometimes those guest ones are like what they're
Mm.
saying is really important, right? So we don't get to
Yeah.
interact, I guess, per se, as much as what I would like to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm used to just
Yeah.
stopping everything and answering everything. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like I think these off weeks of not having guests are really cool, like little hangout
Yeah.
sessions, you know, where we can yak about whatever we
Mm.
want to. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, we were supposed to. Good night, Tracy. By the way, I've just seen your message
We'll
there.
see, Miss
So good
Tracy.
night and stay safe. Yeah, we were supposed to have somebody on tonight who unfortunately couldn't make it this week in the end. I think he still wants to kind of come on over the next few weeks as well. But yeah, I think me and Chris have kind of had a chat about sort of having alternate weeks. So we're going to kind of perhaps have a guest one week and then allow like a bit of a break the following week so that we can catch up with chat properly and talk about anything that kind of those in chat want to.
Right.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I think so too. What do you guys think? You guys down with that? So having experienced depression and continue to fight it off, I found that you have to find ways to reverse the downward spiral or the down spiral by finding and celebrating the positive in your life. I mean, I agree with that 100%, you know, and once again, man, I'm just going to refer y'all back to that make your bed speech by that Navy Admiral, you know, 100%. Like it's a matter of accomplishing small little tasks and goals, you know, like throughout the day that I think really are beneficial to staying above the water on it. You know, it's really worked for me. Now, once again, I understand not everything works for everybody, but I don't know. There's something about like doing something and getting something accomplished that is just so rewarding and not necessarily like physically rewarding unless it's like going to the gym, right? Or
gym, yep.
Yeah, going to the gym or anything like that. So there are physical rewards as well, like on certain tasks, but even just a basic task of getting up and making your bed, right?
Yeah,
Take a shower.
I was just trying to find it here actually because I've got a pile of work in front of me here that I was just going through, and I was just about to say that a lot of my paperwork is all to do with cycles and circles, as just mentioned there. But would you know it? I've kind of filled out all the ones that I had, and I think I've sent them all off to the people that we was talking to. But quite often, a lot of my work, it's like a cycle, and I always explain if you have a cycle on a piece of paper, if you go round that, you know, 1 or 2 times and imagine it then coming out of the page and cycling up and getting worse, that's exactly what it's like. So, but the good thing is that it really only takes a very small couple of changes like we talk about on here so often to break that cycle and to stop it coming out of the table or as out the paper, as it were. You know, so Jason's, you know, dead right there. It's, you know, about breaking that cycle and finding those little ways of stopping it. And if you can stop it, and if you change, you know, make some positive little changes, you then end up growing a positive cycle out of your piece of paper instead. You know, that cycle can very easily turn into a positive one where that grows instead. But I talk about that all the time in my day-to-day work.
And even like worst case scenario, like sometimes there are things that are more serious and diagnosed medically and stuff like that, which are obviously you have to go a different route. But worst case scenario, even these little steps can help out with that process of going out and getting that taken care of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because so I guess I'm gonna give you an example. There's times that, you know, like back in the day where I wanted to be better, but I just couldn't get myself there. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be like not wanting to do it or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then those little small tasks, they kind of motivate you and give you the self-confidence, right? To go out there and be like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking fix this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you can't go wrong with doing little things like that, you know? Lord A Spade said, struggling myself, but I appreciate y'all still doing these. Never know who or when someone might need to hear something y'all say, or even the space. So thanks, goodbyes, and well, oh, that's the emotes. Never mind.
Okay.
Sorry, it says the emotes. It doesn't actually. Good idea. What you reckon, Matt?
Yeah, no, but I'd say the same to yourself as well, though. You know, if you kind of are having some bad times at the moment, bad experience, hopefully we are kind of helping with that, and you know, and we're providing a bit of a space here to talk about those things. And you know, tonight it's been a little bit light-hearted, sort of, you know, kind of as you know, for we started and things, but there's obviously our email page that's email page that's still there, that Chris can kind of remind you of, because I always forget it. And then you've kind of got links on Chris's Discord as well. And, feel free as well to kind of send me a private message. I'm more than happy to kind of talk about anything over here as well. So I think we all kind of tend to do that a little bit, where we can kind of look at what's kind of going on and know how things may be helping other people, but then not perhaps take advantage of them themselves. So, if you're having a bit of a bad time, please take advantage of those. It's great to have you here, and anyone else that might be listening as well.
Right. And it's just nothing to be ashamed of. All right. Nothing to ever be ashamed of. And I'm telling you, like, when you find yourself in a bad way, and it doesn't matter how small the task is, right? Just anything completed, right, is a good start. So it took I think like a week of forcing myself to do certain things, like get up and make my bed, you know what I'm saying? Like right off the rip. But I did notice that it became easier with time, but it also developed so much more, right? So many more things accomplished and stuff. So it really helps out me. And I know that some of y'all are talking about being in a bad way and, being a little bit held down and whatnot, just try some of that, man. And it doesn't matter, right? Like any small task, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta grasp minute by minute in life,
I kind of relate it a little bit to, kind of like planting a seed, and then it kind of needs watering and looking after that. So, just kind of a lot of time, I talk about gardens quite a lot in my work, where I sort of say, it's about weeding your garden first of all. You kind of have those negative thoughts, negative things that happen, pull them out, throw them away, get rid of them, start weeding that garden. And then, the more weeding that you do, the easier it kind of gets over time, like your normal garden at home or allotment, something like that. And then you can kind of plant that seed, of doing something, that small change. And then it's about kind of looking after that, watering it, feeding it. And then those weeds still pop up because life's like that. But because you've done your weeding and you've done your kind of groundwork, it's easier to kind of just pull one or two out rather than kind of all the ones that you first started with. And it's just about progressing from there, really, and then growing kind of that flower or that tree or whatever's going to sprout from that seed that you've planted. So it all kind of sounds easy talking about it, and I kind of know it's not. There's a bit more to it than that, but it is about making those small little changes, getting things, getting rid of the things that are negative, cause you kind of to lose energy and take that motivation away from you, and slowly replace those with things that kind of more worthwhile and give you that energy back.
I agree. Jason says sometimes it comes down to how you digest what's going on. This week I had that going on. I could have chosen to be mad and upset, but chose to see the positivity of what was going on and not worry. And I think that's a huge part of it too, right? And what I mean by that is like, I say this quite often, right? Because listen, I feel like I even tell myself this, you know what I'm saying? Just to remind myself, you know what I'm saying? But like, we are in charge of how we react to what life throws at us. You know what I'm saying? We can let it get the best of us, or we can stay in control of it. Our reactions, that is. Now, once again, you cannot control what happens, what life throws at you. There's ways you can deter things, you know what I'm saying? By keeping good company and making sure that you're staying on the right path. But at the end of the day, things happen and you'll never be able to control what happens, but you can always be in control of how you react to it. Right.
Yeah.
So I think that learning that and accepting that was a kind of a big deal for me, because I don't like that. Right. I don't like that I can't control what happens in my life. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel a little more safe, I guess, whenever I'm putting myself in situations where I know what the outcome is. But I mean, what kind of life would that be if you just lived every second of the day like that,
Yeah. I've actually, I don't know whether I can show it on here. Might actually got one of the kind of sheets that I normally use. I'll get the angle right. It doesn't really come out very well. But in that side, I just write out kind of what's going on at the moment with kind of obviously someone's situation. And then you've got a box here where you kind of list all the things that you can control. And at the bottom, you've got a kind of just a picture of a bin. Hasn't got to be anything like this. It's just a way of making a little note and list, really. So you got a picture of the bin at the bottom of anything that you can't control that you just kind of list in there. And it's a way of kind of just throwing them away, really, because you know that you can't do anything about those things. And then you've got another little box under the things that you can control of what you're going to do now. And that's just something I've kind of made up to work with people. But, even just having a small list, writing things down of things that you can control, you can't control, get rid of the things that you can't control, because you've got no say in those. You've just got to let them go, or do as much as you can do about them, but then be happy that you kind of have, and just be able to kind of, visually or, kind of just throw them away, really, as though you kind of throw them in the bin. Concentrate on the things that you can control and have a little bit of a plan of what you're going to do next and what you're going to do now.
I agree wholeheartedly, man.
I'll have to, if anybody, I'm more than happy if anybody wants any kind of these sheets or anything like that, I'm more than happy to send those to people, but literally you can kind of do that with just a piece of paper and make those little lists. But if anybody wants to kind of a little bit of a plan, I'm more than happy to kind of email those to anyone if they want to get in touch.
Matt, you can even take those documents and put them like on Google Drive and then make them viewable, like that you shared a link with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I need to do that actually, because I know that there's some sneaky fit. I've spoken to Chris about it a little bit. I've devised a lot of different things within my work, and there's some people out there that love to get their hands on them. And it's amazing. Kind of, it's makes amazing. Sense. Yeah,
it might be best to do direct email.
Oh yeah, but I don't mind either, because I know it's kind of my work and stuff, and that's something that I can kind of deal with. But it's amazing, kind of how other professionals kind of want to kind of find out how you work, really, and stuff. But I'm more than happy to kind of send them out to anybody that, if anyone wants, some different forms and things of how to sort stuff out.
As Robin said, my mind still felt cluttered. Got back on and cranked out another mile. I feel lighter. Listening to the combo going on, help kind of clear my thoughts. Thanks, guys. Anytime, Miss Robin. It's an honor to hear you say that. It really is. Yeah. Every mile of memory, which is a good.
See, this is teamwork. We're doing a talking. Other people are doing the exercise. Right. Yeah,
I like this.
Yeah,
I like this. I like that mentality, man. I like that mentality.
That's good.
You guys are like exercising for me.
Yeah, I'm feeling the calories just dropping off.
Damn, I just ran a fucking mile, bro.
I don't know if you can claim that one, really, Chris.
But my therapist had me create lists of what I am in control and what I'm not, and all those things I cannot control. I just have to let go, and that's exactly what that farm Matt was showing. Right? Yo, Ducati, what's up, buddy? What's up? Well, I guess Matt, in kind of closing, man, you got anything? You got anything else?
No, it's to be honest, it was because we spoke beforehand, didn't we? We had kind of a guest that unfortunately wasn't able to make it. And then myself and Chris kind of had a brief conversation about what we could discuss tonight as well. And Chris come up with sort of depression and had some stuff there to look at. But it's been a really good chat. We've still covered it as a topic. But it's, we've had a light-hearted, relaxed sort of talk, and it's been a really enjoyable evening just to speak to those in chat and kind of join in with that relaxed chat with them, really, as well.
Absolutely. Yo, Ducati, what's up, dude? No worries, bro. No worries. Anytime you can show up, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love these little hangout sessions sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's good.
I kind of had a lot on my mind, and it just takes it all off. Being in the presence of good folks like y'all in the chat and Mr. Matt here.
It's it is strange for myself because I've got that sense of humor, and I have to kind of. When I'm in different situations, I have to kind of look after that sense of humor a little bit. And it's strange. It's interesting for me because, there's part of me that kind of wants to go, yeah, someone's talking about the gym. So encourage them to go to the gym. Right. Let's be serious about that and talk about it and the effects that it can have. And then as Chris was kind of talking, there's that little bit in me as well, kind of thinks, well, yeah, I kind of want to join in with the humor and the jokes as well, which is all good. It's good fun.
Jason said, so after next week my work schedule will interfere with catching these. That was a change that happened this week. So Jason, I leave these up on YouTube. They're always viewable. Also we respond to the comments, right? So just keep that in mind. If you're ever like chilling and you just want to catch some positive vibes, like they stay up on YouTube. All right. I don't know how it looks and how they organize it, but if you just click on videos, you'll see it, right? I
Yeah.
kind of want to try and separate them off into different categories because I think you could do that, right? Like have one category for the game side of it and then one for the mental health, right? I think you can place them in, but I'm just really unfamiliar with a lot of the internal workings of YouTube, right?
Yeah. I forgot about that actually, Chris, as well, because that's another thing I'll kind of try and pop back onto as well and see what comments are sort of
Right.
underneath and things. But yeah, whatever you're doing, Jason, with the changes and things, I hope all goes well for you. We are always here, one way or another. So there's no reason to kind of lose contact or
Hey.
anything like that. Drop us a message or
Discord,
the emails
whatever it may
there,
be.
YouTube's there, Discord. Yep. Don't be a stranger.
Nope, we're not allowing it. Yo, Miss Michaela said, thanks for all you guys do. Have a good one. All right, we'll see you,
You
sweetie. I
too.
appreciate you. Miss Robin said it was a solid mile, if I say so myself. GG's, fellas.
Do you
Kinda
know
reworded
what?
that.
I
What do you
like that. That's really good.
GG, fellas.
I might have
Gang, gang,
Robin.
bitches.
Robin might have actually encouraged me to. I'll change the chair for an exercise bike. So while I'm talking to you, I can kind of be pedaling
You'll
away
be
as well.
exercising on a bike.
Yeah. I'll have to with my sweatband around my head.
I'm just gonna tell you that would be absolutely hilarious.
I might have to do it.
Like I would just laugh the whole time. There's just no way I could keep a straight face.
You'd ask me as well when you'd ask me more questions when I'm out of breath. And
That's
all
what I'd be
sort- yeah.
waiting for that to happen. You
Yeah.
know, I'd be like,
Yeah.
Matt, pedal faster right now, way I sir, hurry up.
I wonder actually, electric's getting so dear over here. I might try and wire the bike up to my laptop and the light.
Empower your house.
Yeah, power myself. Yeah,
Hey Matt, what are you doing on that bike, man? I'm just trying to generate power, bro. You know.
just trying to keep myself warm. Yeah.
Well, Matt, as always, it's a pleasure. Chat.
Yeah. No,
Love the hell out
definitely.
of you guys, man. And I appreciate y'all being here all the time. And I hope that we offer a good spot for you to chill and relax. If you guys end up seeing this video later and you have any issues or you feel like you're drowning, too much weight on your shoulders, like we were kind of saying earlier, if you go to the link tree, that's in all my videos in the description, right? We have Discord invites, we have community texting, we have all sorts of resources in the Discord, ways to get a hold of Matt and myself. All right, so just make sure you use them. There's way too much stuff out there for you to feel alone. Okay, way too
Do we
much
still
stuff.
do pigeons?
Yes, we have pigeon carrier messages things.
We've got
right?
Netzel pigeon. Yeah.
Yeah, they stay outside in a pigeon coop, and I train them to fly all the way to England. To let
I
Matt
didn't
know we're
know-
having a mental health stream this Friday.
Yeah. Yeah. It was tapping on my window earlier.
Yep. With its beak, it was like,
I thought we only had one. I didn't know you had a whole coop.
right. I have a whole
Yeah.
coop.
Yeah. Okay.
I have a pigeon coop. Just to
Have
be
they
clear.
got like a green logo on the wings or something like that? Or?
Yeah, it's like a reflective green logo. It looks pretty cool.
Brilliant.
It's in the shape of the Chris Nuzzle Gaming logo. Ironically,
Okay.
who didn't know?
I didn't have a close look. I just heard this tapping and just saw this head going
Yeah.
like that on the window. So I thought,
Did he have the
Netzel's
messages
up.
paper or what? Was it still
didn't
tied to his
even-
leg?
No, I didn't even look for that. I just saw
I'll
the
just take it off when he
pigeon's
comes
head
back.
and thought, oh, Netzel's after me.
I figure I'll give him a few months to make it back over this way.
Yeah, you're probably right because our post is on strike as well. So yeah, if it's a lazy pigeon that's like sat on a post fan, it's going to be a while.
All right. Well, chat, we love you guys, man. Go out there and change the world. All right. I challenge you if you're out in public anywhere, just smile at a random person, say something nice. You never know what kind of day somebody's having, just how far that one single act of kindness could go. Change it, chat. Change the world. Ain't that right, Matt?
Definitely, I like it. Brilliant. Have a
All right,
very
love
good
you guys.
weekend.
Yeah. We'll see you, Matt.
See you all next week. See you later, Chris. Have a good one.
Yes, sir. You too.
Take care.